Good morning, students. Today I am teaching next our topic, that is law of chemicals combination. Laws of chemical combination. Yesterday we completed up to dimensional analysis and all significant figures, scientific notations from page number 14 up to page number 14 we yesterday completed. Now again from the page number 14 I am going to teach you laws of chemical combination, that is 1.5. Okay, now what is laws of chemical combinations? The combination of element to form compound is governed by following laws. Okay, yesterday I taught you what is element. Element like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, helium. 108 elements are found in periodic table. Their smallest part is called the atoms. One of the students has asked me one doubt, that is, what is the atom? See, our body is made up of cells. So our smaller unit of body part is like cells. Like that, elements smaller part is called atom. And when one atom combines with another atom, like that hydrogen combined with oxygen and gives water, that forms molecules, and their smallest unit is called the molecule. Now next 1.51, the combination of elements to form compound is governed by following basic laws, 5 laws. First, 1.51, law of combination of matter. There is no net change in mass during the process. Okay, if hydrogen 1 means 2 hydrogen atoms combine with 1 atom of oxygen, total 3 atoms of hydrogen plus oxygen, then there is no change in their atomic mass. See, this law was forth by this scientist. He performed carefully experiments, studies and combustion reactions and reached to the conclusion that in all the physical and chemical changes there is no net change in mass during the process. Okay, first point, no net change in mass during the process. Hence, he reached the conclusion that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. This is called law of conservation of mass. This law formed the basis for several later developments in its chemistry. In fact, this was the result of exact measurement of masses of reactions and products, reactant and products, and carefully planned experiments. Means there is no net change in mass during the process. He reached to the conclusion that matter can neither be created nor can be destroyed. This is called law of conservation of mass. Okay. Now, next our topic, that is 1.52, law of definite proportions. Law of definite proportions. Law of definite proportions. This law was given by a French chemist, Joseph Proust. He stated that a given compound always contains exactly the same proportion of element by weight. I will tell you cupric carbonate, one of the example. Okay, now you see this table. Natural sample, percentage cupric carbonate. So there is copper, carbon and oxygen. Copper's percentage is 51.35, carbon, oxygen. Synthetic sample, in synthetic sample also this is round about the same. So thus this scientist concluded that irrespective of the source, he concluded that irrespective of the source, a given compound always contain same elements combined together in the same proportion by mass, whether we are taking from a natural sample, otherwise made in a lab in a synthetic sample. So their percentage of composition is same. So the validity of this law has confirmed by various experiments, and it is sometimes also referred to as a law of definite composition, definite proper composition. Now our next topic is 1.53, law of multiple proportions. Law of multiple proportions. I will explain you in short If two elements can combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combine with a fixed mass of other element are in the ratio of a small whole numbers. I will explain you with an example. When hydrogen combines with oxygen to form two compounds, one compound is water and other compound is hydrogen peroxide. This one is hydrogen peroxide. See here the ratio of hydrogen to H2, 2 grams, oxygen 1 ratio, 16 grams, so it forms water, H2O 18 grams. But if hydrogen 2 grams, oxygen to oxygen in double amount, then it forms H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. So 2 gram, 16 grams, and if 2 grams and oxygen 32 grams, then 34 grams of hydrogen peroxide. Here the masses of oxygen, that is 16 and 32 gram, which combines with a fixed mass of hydrogen, bear a simple ratio, that is 1 ratio 2. If in 1 ratio, then water. If in 2 ratio, then it will give hydrogen peroxide. So this law is called the law of multiple proportions. Like that I can explain to you with another example. If nitrogen 1 proportion, oxygen 1 proportion, then nitrogen oxide. If nitrogen 1 proportion, oxygen double proportion 2 proportion, then NO2 gas. If C1 proportion, oxygen 1 proportion, then CO. If C1 proportion and oxygen 2 proportion, then CO2. This is called the law of multiple proportion. Now our next topic is 1.54 Galileo's law of gaseous volumes. What is Galileo's law? This is scientist Galileo's. When gaseous combines are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provide all gases are at the same temperature and pressure. See, hydrogen 100 ml. Thus 100 ml of hydrogen combined with 50 ml of oxygen to give 100 ml of water vapor. Hydrogen 100 ml, oxygen 50 ml, water 100 ml. Thus the volumes of hydrogen and oxygen which combine, that is 100 ml and 50 ml, bear a simple ratio of 2:1. What Galileo discovered? He said that of an integer ratio in volume relationship is actually the law of definite proportion by volume only. The law of definite proportion stated earlier, I said earlier, but this is in volume. Now on this basis again I will explain you next topic, that is 1.55 Avogadro's law. So what is Avogadro's law? Avogadro's law is made on Avogadro's proposed that equal volumes of all the gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Avogadro made a distinction between atoms and molecules. I earlier explained to you. If we consider again the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen to produce water, we see that two volumes of hydrogen, H2 means 2 volumes, hydrogen combined with 1 volume of oxygen, oxygen's 1 volume, to give 2 volumes of water without leaving any unreacted oxygen. Okay, see, H2 plus O2, H2O, balance 2 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Here you balance and here you balance. So 2 number and 1 number gives 2 moles of H2O. Avogadro should explain the above result by considering the molecules to be polyatomic. If hydrogen and oxygen were considered as diatomic means H2. Oxygen can't be available like that. Oxygen and oxygen gives oxygen O2, H and H, H2. This I will explain you in the lesson number 3 in the periodic table. outermost orbit में कैसे ये सब बनते हैं, I will explain you. So these are called the diatomic. Depends upon the outermost orbit's inner area. 1 volume of hydrogen, 1 volume of hydrogen, 1 volume of oxygen. So gives 2 volumes of water vapor. This 2, 1 and 2. Okay. So after this is very simple. 1.6 Dalton's atomic theory. Now what is Dalton's atomic theory? Dalton's theory could explain the laws of chemical combination. See, in 1800, Dalton published a new system of chemical philosophy in which he proposed the following. Dalton's theory is in main 4 points. First, matter consists of individual atoms. See, this is matter. Here, these are called matter, individual atoms. Every atom is individual, like that. All atoms of a given element have identical properties, including identical mass. Atoms of different elements differ in mass. See, if I am saying hydrogen, so in hydrogen, all the atoms, whether here, whether there, whether here, are identical. Okay? So all the atoms are of identical nature. But if I am saying oxygen, then their inner atoms are identical. But they are differ from hydrogen. Hydrogen differ from oxygen atoms. So hydrogen atom is having all identical atoms inside. But if I am combining, then third, compounds are formed when atoms of different elements combine in a fixed ratio. Like that, I said hydrogen and oxygen gives H2O in two proportion, double proportion 2O2, then H2O. Okay, H2O. So they are producing different compounds. Chemical reactions involve recognition of atoms. These are neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reactions. Dalton's theory could explain the laws of chemical combination. However, it could not explain the law of Dalton's theory could explain the laws of chemical combinations. However, it could not explain the laws of gaseous volumes. It could not provide the reason for combining of atoms, which was answered later by other scientists. So these are the few points given by Dalton's, but later he can't explain so many things. So ahead we will understand by another scientist. Now I will define some points which are related to the another theory. Before that we will learn what is the atomic and molecular masses. After having some idea about the terms atoms and molecule, it is appropriate that to understand what is meaning by atomic and molecular mass. So what is atomic mass? See, simple. Here I explained to you hydrogen. So every atom is having their own mass. This atom, this atom, this atom. They are having masses of their own. But all the atoms are having identical masses. If I am telling hydrogen atoms, so many atoms are there. So iska atomic mass or mass of atom is small because atoms are extremely small. With the help of mass spectrometry for determining atomic mass. Hydrogen, lighter atom, first one, no unit, assigned as earlier. Earlier it was designed that hydrogen, lightest atom, and then assigned a mass of 1. No unit it has given. And other elements were assigned masses relative to it. If hydrogen's 1, then maybe nitrogen is like that they have assigned in relation with the hydrogen. But presently, based on carbon 12 as a standard, now carbon 12 as a standard. Carbon 12 is a noting like that atomic mass. One of the isotopes of carbon. Carbon is having 3 isotopes. Mass is, this is called mass is 12 AMU. What is AMU? Atomic mass unit. One atomic mass unit is defined as a mass exactly equal to 1/12 of mass of one carbon 12 atom. So this is called atomic mass. Okay. It can be designed, and 1 AMU is equal to 1.660 weight is given here. 1 AMU's values is designed by with mass spectrometer. Mass of an atom of hydrogen is this. Thus, in terms of AMU, the mass of hydrogen atom is divided by, okay, this is given, mass of one atom and 1 AMU's value is divided. So similarly, the mass of oxygen is 16. Atoms should be this. At present, AMU has been replaced by U, which is known as unified mass, where we use atomic masses of elements in calculations. Now, our next topic is average atomic mass. See, average atomic mass. What is that? Carbon is having three isotopes: carbon 12, carbon 13, and carbon 14. Relative abundance, mostly carbon 12 is 98%, carbon 13 is 1.10, 2 into 10 raised to minus 10 traces. So atomic mass of individual is like that. So total average mass can be calculated, total of all these three and divided by 3, you are getting carbon 12 is 12.011 U. Okay. Now our next topic is molecular mass. Molecular mass is, now what is the molecular mass? Molecular mass is the sum of atomic masses of the element present in the molecule. It is obtained by multiplying the atomic mass of each element by the number of its atoms and adding them together. See, molecular mass of, simple I am explaining with water. 2 hydrogens 1.02 plus oxygens 1 atom 16. Total 2.02 plus 16, total is 18.02. In this way, we are going to calculating atomic mass of individual atoms, individual elements. Like that, molecular mass of methane, CH4, carbons 12, 1 atom, hydrogen 4 atom multiplied by 1.008. So total is 16.043. Molecular mass of water I explained to you. Okay. Now what is formula mass? See formula. Here I can explain some substances such as sodium chloride do not contain are discrete molecules as their constituent units. In such compounds positive, see, 1 NaCl can be explained like that, Na plus Cl. So every Na positive ion is surrounded by 6 Cl, like that. You can see 1 Na is surrounded by 6 Cl ions. Entire arrangement. It may be noted that in sodium chloride, 1 sodium ion is surrounded by 6 Cl ions. The formula such as NaCl is used to calculate the formula mass instead of molecular mass, as in the solid sodium chloride, namak jaise hota hai, simple. Sodium chloride does not exist as a single entity. So how we will calculate the formula mass? Thus the formula mass of sodium chloride is sodium's 23, Cl's 35.5 unit, total is this. So this is formula mass, atomic mass of sodium and atomic mass of chlorine. Now I am explaining you one problem, 1.1. Calculate the molecular mass of glucose. So molecular mass of glucose is given C6, 6, carbon 12, hydrogen 12, 1 atomic mass, oxygen 6 molecules, multiply it every atom, and 6 multiplied by 12, 72, 12 into 1, 12, 6 16s are 96. So total is this. So problem 1.1, total atomic mass multiplied by number of atoms and do it the adding. So you will get the total molecular mass. Now what is our next topic is mole concept and molar masses. Mole concept and molar masses. In short, I will explain you. Atoms and molecules are extremely small in size, and their number is even a small amount of any substance is really very large. See, earlier I said, so many atoms. So only mass of one atom, okay, we have to find. In SI unit, mole was introduced. The mole mass of carbon 12 atom was determined by mass spectrometer. This will come in is MCQs. That's weight is 1.99264 into 10 raised to 23 grams. Now it is known as, see, we will derive now. 1 mole is the amount of substance that contain as many as particle as entity as their atoms in exactly 12 gram of carbon 12 atom. Carbon 12, then mass helped, found out with mass spectrometer 10 raised to 23 divided. So you are getting atoms number 1 mole is equal to 6.0221367. So round about 6.022. This number is called the Avogadro constant. Avogadro constant. So like that you can't write like that. So in short we will say 1 mole of hydrogen atom 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atom. If we will say 1 mole means hydrogens, 1 mole of oxygen. I am not asking about the atomic weight. I am saying the Avogadro number. If I am saying 1 mole of nitrogen, so they are having the numbers of atoms are 6.022 into 10 raised to minus 23 atoms. This is called the mass of 1 mole of a substance in gram is called its molar mass. This is called molar mass. This is called the Avogadro number. Our next topic is 1.9 percentage composition. This is related to this only, percentage composition. Now what is the percentage composition? Suppose I am giving you, I am explaining with one example of water. Since water contains hydrogen and oxygen, the percentage composition of both these elements can be calculated. Mass of percentage, how we will calculate of water? Mass percentage of an element, formula is mass of that element in compound multiplied by 100 because percentage we have to find. Then molar mass of compound. You are knowing molar mass of compound. Molar mass of compound hydrogen is 18.02. How we calculated 2 into hydrogen plus oxygen, 2 into 1.0, 16. Total is 18.2. Now we are calculating in water. What is the mass percentage of hydrogen? Only of hydrogen. Okay. So this is the formula we will use. Mass of hydrogen. Mass of that element in compound. Element is hydrogen. We are calculating hydrogen 2 moles. So 2 multiplied by 1,008 into 100 divided by total mass of compound. Total mass of compound is 18.02. You will get percentage 11.18. Now mass of oxygen. See H2O. We calculated hydrogen here. We are calculating oxygen. So you have to write the weight of molar mass of oxygen. Mass of that element. Oxygen 1 multiplied by 16 divided by total weight of the compound 18 multiplied by 100. You will get the 88.79. So in water, mass percentage of hydrogen is only 11.18 and mass percentage of oxygen is 88.79. Okay. So in this way you are going to calculate percentage composition of any compound. Now our next topic is 1.91 empirical formula for molecular formula. Now what is the empirical formula and molecular formula? If I am saying H2O, if I am saying CH4, if I am saying, so how we will find? An empirical formula represent the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in the compound. But the molecular formula shows the exact numbers of different types of atoms present in a molecule of a compound. Simple, I am saying, see, H2 plus oxygen, hydrogen. But if I am balancing it, H2O, H2 and H2, oxygen 2, here oxygen 1. So for this oxygen 2 numbers. So here also 2, 2 2s are 4, 2. Okay, so how we will these? So this is empirical formula. I will show you with problem 1.2 in the next lecture.